And the mobility is the power of this industry. Okay. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you have heard about the central switch.
Yeah, that's a switch.
Good. Now that central switch, they can also use that central switch to even affect Nigerians.
In what sense?
In one sense that some persons can be switched off. They can be switched off. That means they determine whether you are going to bank or not to bank. That's another thing again. A central switch. A region can just be switched off. A region can be switched off, and we all will just go off banking. Are you seeing that? So there is a lot of things that are gray things here. A lot of gray areas here. We should, as a matter of fact, we should not take our privacy for granted in this country. Our privacy is very, very important. You cannot, because of some mushroom fraudsters, some ragtag fraudsters, that you cannot arrest. This is what they always do in this country. Because they failed to eliminate fraud in the petroleum industry, they came to remove subsidy that is very, very beneficial to Nigerians. And today, look at Nigeria today. Look at the economy today. This is an economy that was over $500 billion US. Today is under 200 billion US. So the inefficiencies of CBN, they should not transmit it to us. They can solve this fraud in the industry, which is the cardinal reason for this policy. They can solve it without the implementation of this policy. Yes, it can be solved.
Now, you talked about solutions, because I want us to go there. So it doesn't look as if we're only there to criticize, but also to see if we can offer solutions and pave way for the CBN. Now, if you feel this is not a good idea in dealing with the issue of fraud, what other measures can the CBN introduce to help eliminate the issue of fraud? Because we do agree that the rate of fraud, especially as it concerns POS fraud, has greatly increased. We know. Yeah, just like you said, transaction in Nigeria has increased, especially as it concerns POS points. Over 10 point something trillion has in the first quarter alone, which is a huge sum. Yes. And you know, when there are huge sums like these, there's every tendency that fraud will be also attracted into it. So in your own honest assessment, what can the CBN do rather than this policy? Now,
first of all, if you look at it, in this age and time, we're in the artificial intelligence age, we're in the blockchain and cryptocurrency age, you understand? Look at Rwanda here. They are launching flying taxis, flying downfall. That's what it means. Flying downfall, an East African country here. And here we are discussing taking Nigeria, our banking industry, to the analog age, the brick and mortar banking and finance system. That is what the CBN want to take this country to. We are talking about we're in the age of whereby every spot on planet Earth is a potential banking hall. With the presence of internet. Transaction can take place in the creek of the Niger Delta. It can take place on the mountain in the north. It can take place anywhere you have internet network. Okay? That's the kind of era we find ourselves. So we don't really expect this kind of policy in the first place. Okay? So talking about solutions, apart from the fact that this policy is already causing hopelessness, is going to cripple mobile businesses as we're going to see it, it's going to affect the economy. There are multiple ways to eliminate fraud to the barest minimum in this industry without going through this implementation of this disastrous policy. Number one first is that the CBN should make it mandatory that before you access the Nigerian banking ecosystem, you must go through the bank verification exercise, okay? And you know that information from that exercise is very robust. You can use it to track any criminal. Even though the criminal will leave this country, we get them with Interpol. All right? We can use that. Your facial image is collected, your fingertips, your biometrics, they are collected and verified, so you can be tracked. That is one point. So make it mandatory. If you don't go through that bank verification exercise, you don't have access to the what? To the banking ecosystem. So with that, anybody that commits fraud, that person can be tracked, arrested, investigated. Real time. Okay? That is one point. Then secondly, the CBN can also deploy sophisticated AI security tools in real time across board. All right? All players in the industry will have their own AI security tools to monitor the behaviors of of customers, of which we will commend OPay and the Pampay and the likes.
Sorry.
That's true. So we need to commend some of these fintech companies who are already doing these things. You know that if you want to move large amount of money from your account, for example, the system will ask you to verify your face.
Okay.
So when they capture your face again, if it doesn't match, there's no way you can move that fund. So that's a security check in place. That check fraudsters. Okay. Now the fourth thing is that Nigerians are very smart.
Yeah.
All you need to do is to give them proactive banking education to be ahead of fraudsters. You understand? If they give Nigerians banking education, I tell you that Nigerians will so use this education that will so frustrate these mushroom fraudsters that they will have no options. They have nobody to defraud. They have no option than to leave the industry and go and look for legitimate business to do in the country. Give proactive banking education that will make us to be ahead of the fraudsters. Then we talk about the issue that I've been clamoring for about a ransom payment, which, in my own opinion, is still an allegation because are they giving any agent in this country a 50 million naira to go and use to trade? No, let's be realistic now. Are they giving agents 50 million, even 20 million?
On the POS point.
On the POS point? Are they giving any agent that amount of money? So my solution I want to profile is that the CBN can do a categorization, categorize the agents and merchants, all right, into different categories. Then you can even do a background check for criminals. Okay, so that you don't have a kidnapper that will come and impersonate as an agent, all right, in the system. So when you profile them like that, categorize them, the very clean ones, you can give them huge amount of money. The ones that they know what to do. They know what to do than to go ahead and I'm looking at this industry. This is the brainchild of Nigerians who are not bankers. They invented this industry by their own sheer imaginations. All right? Who are not bankers. And today, the industry today is providing a lot of money. The government is making a lot of revenue from this industry.
And funny enough, it's more of the fastest growing employment of labor in the country.
Very good.
As for now.
A lot of families are benefiting from this industry. Like I said, in the next 3 to 5 years, I see this industry, payment in Israel above over 200 trillion naira in this industry alone. Because the innovation is taking place, because of the easybility of those things. So the CBN need to come out with the solution.
So do you feel they are gagging or they are planning to gag?
Very good. They are, as a matter of fact, they are gagging it. They want to gag it. And I can tell you that the conventional banking system, because they see the speed. I don't know why are we like this in this country. They see the speed of this industry, and now they are not coming. The CBN want to play into their hands. And let me say to the CBN that the CBN this country stand a risk to become the only country on planet Earth whereby a POS will come into Nigeria, it will lose its mobile capability. And that same POS will leave this country and gain its mobile capability. The kind of impression we want to give to the outside was as if we are advanced to modern technology. They want to turn us to bushmen. That's what it means.
And we will not be going to the cave, but rather remain in the studio. Now, one question I want to still ask. Yeah, because we'll not be bushmen today. We'll just rather put on our ties and still put on our suits. Now, let's look at small-scale businesses in Nigeria. Let's leave this policy for now. Okay. And let's come to the issue of small-scale businesses in Nigeria. And look at the environment we seem to be. In all honesty, do you feel some of the policies being churned out by government and their agencies are in any way beneficial to the growth of small-scale and medium-scale businesses in the country? And if I know your answer might be no, then what seems to be the problem? Why are we not itching towards more policies that are business-friendly and retaining those that seems to be detrimental to the growth of the business?
The truth is that if you look at it, my parade, I think that these people, they don't really know what they are doing. I'm not for saying that because if you look at it, for example, right now, the purchasing power of Nigerians are very, very low. There is no disposable income in this country because the policy of a subsidy is gone.
And the deregulation of Naira.
Or the deregulation of Naira, okay? So the small businesses today, in fact, as a matter of fact, people have it. Let me tell you, my career, you know that a lot of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians are surviving by these online loans.
Online loans?
Online loans. I tell you the fact, if you do your investigation, you'll be so shocked that a lot of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians in their hundreds, they are indebted to online loans. Is that what it used to be before? No. So, you that have business, you go out for business, but there's no patronage. People need service, they don't have the money to buy, to pay for services because of all this kind of policy. So, we don't even expect a policy like this that is going to even throw people out of job again. Joe tagging and Joe fencing. The truth is that, like I've said, this policy is very excellent for INEC. Take for instance, I'm telling you, no, it's the truth. It's the truth. Imagine if all our polling units, activities taking place there, they are all tagged, monitored and tracked in real time, my career. All our collation centers, activities taking place are tagged, monitored and tracked in real time. And as they want to come about this electoral reform, make it mandatory that the result will be transmitted in real time. Tracked, monitored, and tracked in real time. I tell you, I kid you not, Mr. Ray, we're not going to have just only the best democracy in Africa, but in the world.
So are you saying
and
the CBN governor should now be the INEC chairman?
What I'm saying is that
confused
what I'm saying is that the INEC chairman should, as a matter of fact, should go ahead and adopt that policy and implement it in INEC as soon as possible. Not only in INEC, but also in the petroleum industry. Take, for example, if all the oil wells of this country are tagged, monitored and tracked in real time, if all the pipelines are tagged, monitored and tracked in real time, if all the oil vessels in this country coming and going out are monitored and tracked in real time, I tell you, Mr. Ray, we are going to bring oil theft to the barest minimum in this country. It's going to be reduced drastically. This is where the policy is needed in petroleum industry and in INEC. As a matter of fact, the president of this great country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who also doubles as the Minister of Petroleum, as a matter of fact, desperately needs this policy to adopt it in as soon as possible to bring oil theft to the barest minimum so that we can increase our revenue. We're looking for money. And where this policy is needed, they are not taking it to that place.
So there's no point taking it to the POS.
No, it's not needed there. It's a disaster there because it's going to turn the industry to a static banking industry. It's a mobile banking industry, for God's sake. You know what it means that we have interlocal government transaction, interstate transaction. For example, I have a business in the local government. I can take my this and that. You can look at even the Commonwealth Games that is coming in 2030. Do you mean that if the event is taking place in Warri Stadium, for example, and I'm in Okwoko, I cannot do business in Warri Stadium? That is what it means. Yeah. This is what the policy is going to do. It's going to kill the mobility of business, which is the oxygen, the life wire of this industry. This is what we want the CBN governor to know, that look, this policy is a disaster. Like I've given them the four solutions I've profiled. If they can implement that, there will be no need for this policy. We should not allow the ragtag mushroom fraudsters to win. The innocent Nigerians should not bear the brunt for fraudsters. They should not take away our banking freedom. They should not invade our privacies. The privacies of the great citizens of Nigeria must be respected. It must be respected.
Okay, now, anyway, time is not a friend. Funny enough, we've been talking for more than 40 minutes now. And but my own, I want us to come quickly to the exit of this discussion. And yes, you've just talked about solution. And you feel the solution, like you put about almost a